Today we're going to be learning about the fitness niche along with exercise equipment. This is an important niche because at the end of every year you have New Year's resolutions, and a large portion of the USA resolves to try to improve their health in some way or another each and every year. And this results in a massive generation of sales that can be taken advantage of by Amazon affiliates. So I'm going to be walking you guys through this industry today and talking to you about some of my recommendations for targeting this particular niche. First off, I want to talk about the fitness industry in general a little bit. Specifically, I want to talk about New Year's resolutions. As I mentioned before, when New Year's Day rolls around, you have millions of people that are going out and making these resolutions, and a lot of times it involves buying something to go along with it to help them achieve that resolution. Now, there are a lot of different resolutions that people make in the USA. Some of them are fitness related and others are not. So you could even potentially explore some of these other resolution possibilities in addition to fitness, even though I will be focusing on fitness today. So some of the top resolutions in the USA, number 1 is lose weight. Number 2 is improve finances. Number 3, get more exercise. Number 4, quit or reduce smoking and or drinking. 2 of these top 4 items really have to do with fitness in a lot of ways. Sometimes losing weight can have to do with more of the dieting aspect. However, most people that are truly looking to lose weight will often combine some form of diet with exercise. So with that said, targeting fitness and exercise equipment and other related accessories can be a great way to go because it covers a really large portion of this population. With the USA in general, you have about 45% of the entire population that makes a New Year's resolution. And then out of that 45%, about 2/3 of those people actually set some kind of fitness-related goal. So that means you have about 30% of the entire USA population every single year making some kind of fitness-related goal. That is an absolutely huge number of people. Now, I want to talk to you about some of my general targeting recommendations here. Most of the years, more than 70% of the resolution makers actually end up giving up before they reach their goal. And the number one reason is simply lack of planning, and it kind of also ties into determination and commitment. You need to think about this when you are targeting exercise and fitness related niches, because this can be a great way for you to approach the niche, for you to actually target it based on keyword phrases. Your general keyword phrases: lose weight, or New Year's resolution, lose weight. I almost guarantee the competition is going to be astronomical. But you can get around a large portion of that competition, at least, by changing the way you actually target these niches and promote the products that are related to them. Instead of trying to target those general keyword phrases, or even targeting product-based keyword phrases, try to target goals that people have with these resolutions and try to deliver an actual plan for that specific situation to help them achieve that goal. Now, along with that plan, you would obviously have some products that you would recommend to use along with the plan to put it into action and to achieve those results that they're looking for. So if you present that plan to your visitors, you're going to be able to naturally promote these products that go along with it. And somebody that commits to the plan is also going to be very likely to go through and buy not just one product that you're promoting, but everything that you're promoting that goes along with that particular plan to help them reach their goal. Now I want to talk to you about setting goals here for a minute. This should be a really large focus of what you're trying to achieve with a website that's going to be targeting one of these niches. It's going to help you to build a website that can not only attract search traffic, but it will also help you build a truly useful site, a site that people might actually want to share with their Facebook friends. Make a little page on there where people state their New Year's resolution and publish it on their Facebook wall, and it actually refers back to your website. You can get a ton of traffic that way. And that also ties into setting those goals. A part of the reason why people fail with their goals is because they are setting their sights too high or planning too aggressively. So let's say you set a New Year's resolution of, I want to lose 100 pounds. And then you actually go to start trying to do that, and you're just like, holy cow, I've been working really, really hard, and all I've lost is 5 pounds this week. Can I really do this for 20 more weeks? And it just seems like you're so far from what you're trying to achieve that you just say, forget this. It's more work and effort than I feel like the payoff is going to be. This same type of situation really applies to pretty much any kind of goal that you want to set. So this is not just fitness related. This could apply to your work as an internet marketer. You might have a huge goal that you're trying to achieve. Maybe you want to go from being a complete beginner to quitting your job and earning a full-time living. Well, that can seem like a pretty daunting task to try to achieve because you're trying to jump a massive hurdle. So instead of trying to jump that massive hurdle and to get other people to jump that massive hurdle, teach them how they can go for something more realistic, or teach them how they can take that big goal, break it down into smaller steps that they can actually follow and see results from as they proceed. That way they feel like they are achieving their goal, and then they go for the next goal and the next goal, and so on and so forth until you achieve that larger goal. So if somebody wants to lose weight, try to get them to plan for a realistic weight loss schedule that they can actually follow. And if that end goal is too large, you must break the goal down into smaller steps. There could be some situations where you might try to just target one of those smaller steps. You know, let's say you don't want to try to teach somebody to lose 100 pounds. Maybe you only want to teach them to lose 10 pounds. so they can look better in a bathing suit. That goal in itself might already be one of those smaller steps, but you could still take one of those smaller steps and break it down even more, just like I do with a lot of my training. I don't just throw it all out there and say, do all of this. I say, do this part. And then once that's finished, let's go on and let's do this next piece. And so you're only focusing on the individual piece that you're working on at the time, and you're not consumed by that larger goal. So you want to do the same thing here with these fitness-based goal websites. Try to teach people how they can achieve those goals, but do it realistically. Do it in a way that actually seems like it can be achieved. So whatever goal you're trying to target, apply this information to it. Ask yourself, how much time and effort would somebody need to devote? And what steps would they need to take to achieve that goal? You need to be able to present this information and let somebody know exactly what to expect. And also consider how it will fit into their life. Sure, you could demand an hour a day, 6 days a week out of a fitness training program, but it doesn't mean the person is actually going to follow it. It needs to be something that is realistic, something that fits in with their day-to-day life. If it requires daily activity, teach them how they can work that activity into their daily routine to where they don't have to take a couple hours out of their day to go to the gym each and every day or 6 days a week, because they will end up getting tired of it and giving up. That also kind of sums up a large part of this entire approach and strategy here. When you can make the person feel like they can actually achieve this, when they look at your plan and they're like, wow, that's really realistic sounding and everything's laid out and I know exactly what to expect and what I'm going to need to do. They in turn will make a larger commitment to it. They will devote themselves to actually carrying out that plan from start to finish, because they're going to be working step by step, and at each step there's going to be some achievable results that they can see. That way they're not just focused on the large overall goal. So whenever you're trying to pick out a goal, as we go a little further here, I'm going to talk about some more specific goal recommendations that you could use to help you brainstorm ideas for your niche. Whatever you end up picking, though, make sure you are trying to approach it from this unique perspective here. And this is going to help you convert many, many more sales in the end. Because when somebody commits to your plan, it's going to involve some products in it that they're going to need to pick up to actually be able to achieve it. And when they're believing in your plan, they're not going to really think twice about paying a couple $100s for some Amazon products to help them carry out that plan. So I want to move on to some goal targeting recommendations here. When you're targeting exercise, fitness, and New Year's resolutions based on a specific goal instead of an exercise or a product, you can attract highly targeted traffic that you can easily lead into a purchase and also provide the exact information that they are looking to find. So this is a win-win situation for both you and the person that you are bringing into your website. If you are trying to target a general niche, like weight loss, for example, the people that you actually get to come into your website, you know they'll be interested in weight loss, but they're all types of different people out there in different situations and different goals that they might have as far as weight loss is concerned. Some people might be looking to diet, some people might be looking to exercise, some people might want to do both, some people might be looking for something that fits in with their normal daily routine, other people might be looking to completely change their life. Some people might want to lose 5 pounds, other people might want to lose a couple hundred. So if you think about it from that perspective, the weight loss niche in general could potentially have people coming into it that have all sorts of different needs and therefore would be interested in different information and would want to buy different products. So what I would encourage you to do instead is to get really specific. When you're targeting a specific goal, you know that the people that are coming into your site on keywords based on content that you write about that goal or planning to achieve that goal, you know what type of situation those people are going to be in. You know what they are looking for a lot more specifically than you would with just a general weight loss niche. So this allows you to not only present better information for them that's going to actually be what they are looking for, but then it allows you to promote the best products for them as well. And this leads to not only your visitor being a lot happier because they can find what they want and actually get results from it, but it'll make your life a lot easier too, because you can just focus on exactly what you know your traffic will be interested in and ignore everything else. I think a lot of people when they're building Amazon sites feel like they have to cover everything. It's not about covering everything. It's about setting up your information to bring in the right people that will be interested in what you're going to be promoting. So consider these and other similar goals. Now these are just general goals here. You would actually want to pick out something very specific having to do with one of these goals, and I'm going to discuss some more here in a couple of minutes. So number one, start a physically demanding hobby. Let's say somebody has always had a dream to go rock climbing, or to do rock climbing as a hobby, or maybe they want to climb a particular mountain or something like that. Unless you are already physically capable and trained to do something like that, there would be training and planning involved in preparing yourself to actually begin one of those types of hobbies. So you can target something very specific like that, but you can also do it from the perspective of a New Year's resolution if you want to. Build your entire website about wanting to train yourself to start rock climbing as a hobby. But then you could have a page on there about making that your resolution to target that specific time of year. So your entire website isn't only going to be focused on the New Year's time of year. it would still cover other times of the year when people are just simply looking to set that as a goal at a normal time instead of as a New Year's resolution. Other things like taking on a new challenge. Let's say you wanted to run a marathon. Let's say you wanted to try a new fitness course like Zumba. You can have things like fun fitness, where somebody wants to be more active and get in shape perhaps, but they don't want to just be at the gym a couple days a week lifting weights or doing cardio or whatever. They want it to not really feel like working out. There are lots of ways that you can approach fitness from a fun perspective instead of from the normal exercising perspective. You also have specific body changes. Some people might not like a certain area of their body, their stomach. They might want to get six-pack abs. They might want to make their legs skinnier. They might want to have larger muscles in a specific area of their body, or upper body, for example. Any one of these, and I'm sure with me just going through this brief list here, you should be able to have some kind of a general idea of some other possible specific goals based on what I've just recommended here. So try to drill down into something that sparks your interest and figure out exactly what you could target, especially if you have some kind of information that you could put into that. If you had a personal experience of your own where you became more physically active, or when you lost a lot of weight, for example, put your own experiences into these websites and into the planning and trying to teach people how to achieve the goal themselves. This can be a major game changer for a website like this. Now, I want to give you some more goal ideas beyond the general ones there. However, a lot of these I would still consider to be vague goal ideas. You would still want to get something very, very specific relating to one of these items or something I had just previously talked about to make the focus of your entire site. Instead of trying to teach somebody to lose weight, teach them how to reduce their body fat percent. This gives people the appearance of being skinnier. Whether or not they actually lose weight in the process is really not relevant as long as the person is feeling better about themselves. We've all heard the saying, muscle weighs more than fat. Muscle is more dense than fat, so it takes up less space. So in that space, the muscle that occupies that space does weigh more than the fat that could occupy that same space. So simply reducing body fat percentage can make a person look a lot better, more tone, and feel a lot better, and chances are they'll end up losing some weight in the process. You also have things like getting stronger, but wanting to build bicep muscles, for example. Wanting to build things like six-pack abs. Things like routine fitness, where you're not going out to the gym every day or a couple days a week. You're working fitness and exercise and eating better into your everyday routine so you're not having to make major changes. this is something that's been really popular in recent years, especially as people try all these crazy types of diets and exercise routines, and they fail because they're too rigorous. They don't fit in with their normal life, and they're asking people to completely change who they are to be able to follow them. You have things like event training. Let's say somebody wants to train to run a marathon. It's always been a goal of theirs to run the Boston Marathon, for example, or maybe just to run a short 5K fundraiser for their favorite charity. Whatever the case may be, you can target these very specific situations. So don't just target training for a marathon, target training for a specific fundraiser walk, maybe, or target training for a number of different related fundraiser walks. You have things like skill mastering. Let's say somebody wants to not just do something, but they want to become really, really good at it. How would they go about achieving that goal? What steps would they need to take? What training would they need to go through? What products might they need to help them along the way? Simple things like being more active. But again, you would want to get really specific with trying to target a certain kind of goal, or maybe even working it into your routine fitness aspect to be more active, just to work it into your everyday life. You have really obvious and popular things like looking better in a bathing suit. While this is certainly a more popular topic when the warmer months of the year roll along, a lot of people do start thinking about that for their New Year's resolution. They know that, hey, in just a couple of months, things are going to start warming up again. And I'm going to end up at the beach, and I want to look as good as I possibly can, or look a lot better than I did last year, or maybe I want to finally wear a two-piece if it's a girl. Once again, make sure you're targeting a very, very specific situation there, and maybe even a certain type of person that has certain goals in their life. You can do things like training to teach. They have a lot of these fitness courses, like Zumba, for example, where if you're good enough at it, you can then teach other people that same training course. So with Zumba, for example, you kind of become a success story of theirs going through other Zumba classes, and you can end up in their commercials, and you can end up running your own Zumba classes where you're teaching other people, and they get to be inspired by your success story. Well, you can actually build websites centered around this type of topic and teach people how to do that. Do some interviews with people that have actually done this. There are actually a lot more people doing this than you might initially think. Something that I had already kind of touched on before, but definitely wanted to mention it again here, starting a new hobby. There's all kinds of hobbies. Hobbies are big spenders online. People like to spend a lot of money on themselves. And so when you can tie that into a New Year's resolution to help them start a new hobby that they've always dreamed of doing that might also help them become more active or lose weight in the process, that can really be a win-win situation. Just make sure you are targeting, again, something very specific, a specific hobby for a certain type of person looking to achieve a certain type of goal. Now, I want to talk to you about some types of products in general here for just a couple of minutes. On Amazon, you can obviously find tons of fitness and exercise equipment related products that you can promote as an affiliate. So it's not about putting everything up there that you can possibly promote. The key is to carefully select the products that you want to promote. Choose products that you can work into your plan that you're presenting on your site to help people achieve their goals. And when you get somebody feeling like the plan's going to work for them and that they can actually follow it and get the end result, then they're going to be a lot more inclined to buy all the recommended products you're featuring to be used in that plan. So consider these types of products on Amazon to find relevant items that can help someone achieve the goal that you want to target. Things like cardio equipment, workout accessories, workout attire, fitness training courses, weightlifting equipment. And there are obviously more beyond these, but these are going to be some of your more popular and common ones, and also things that could easily work into a lot of different scenarios that I was just talking about as far as those goal ideas go. So to give you a few more specifics on these products, these 5 different categories that I was just talking about before, each of these categories are featured in a spreadsheet file that is included with this lesson. And so in each of these categories, you have a number of the top products from those categories available on Amazon that have been researched and presented to you there. So you can use this list of researched top products to help you easily select the right things to promote on your site based on the goals that you're trying to help people achieve. Oftentimes, I will recommend promoting products that are not the best-selling products on Amazon when you are trying to target them based on product keywords. But if you're going after a different type of traffic in terms of you're not trying to get product keyword traffic here, you're trying to bring in traffic based on these goals and these New Year's resolutions, then you want to give them the products that they are most inclined to buy, and these are going to be the most popular products on Amazon. So you don't have to worry about the high competition, the large number of other people that are already promoting those products, because you're promoting them from a different perspective. You're not trying to attract necessarily the same keyword traffic that they are. Just to give you a brief idea of what you can find in these different categories, I've provided a brief description here for you. Cardio equipment is really large cardio exercise machines. Workout accessories is going to be things like wrist trackers, heart rate monitors that are essentially watches. These things are really, really popular. Workout attire is things like clothes and other related fitness-specific accessories, like a yoga mat, for example. The fitness training courses are top DVD workout programs that people can buy on Amazon and have shipped to their door, or maybe even watch on Amazon Instant Video, for example. Weightlifting equipment is going to be your larger weightlifting machines, things that you would typically see in a fitness gym or maybe even in somebody's home gym. So many of the goals that you're going to be going after based on the training that I've given you guys today, you're going to be able to target products from one or maybe even more than one of these 5 categories. Some of the goals that are out there that you could possibly target may even be able to utilize products from 3, 4, or possibly even all 5 of the categories. The point here, though, is not to promote as many products as you possibly can, but it's to promote what will work the best. And that's going to be based on the goals that you're trying to help people achieve and based on the plan that you're laying out for them to achieve those goals. So by targeting the goals and promoting these relevant products that go along with them, you're going to be able to bypass a lot of that heavy competition that is typically present in the fitness and exercise niches. So again, these 5 categories and the research products in them, you can find that information in a separate spreadsheet file that is included along with this lesson. So be sure to reference that to help to save some time to pick out some products that you can promote on your site. So I hope you guys have found this training valuable for you, and I hope that I have helped to teach you a new way of approaching this extremely popular and heavy competition niche, but in a manner that will help you to avoid a lot of the competition, a lot of the other affiliates that are out there trying to capitalize on the massive sales influx that comes through as a result of New Year's resolutions.